think that this would be a good time for him to shine and show what he's got.
I would even go as far as say it's probably one of my favorite iterations of NRG because I feel like you have 5 really, really strong players. I mean, I'm not as familiar with Scuba, but of course I trust your analysis of it. But also, I mean, you got Sam, who's always been a reliable hand for this team. Ethan, a freaking world champion, right? Brock and Mata, like you got some talent here. Now, of course, here's your series layout. You got Bind and Sunset, and then if necessary, we'll be going to the new addition to Valorant. It's Corrode as your map 3. Alexis, what is your read on this?
Off rip, I'm looking at the Corrode, and I understand NRG's plan of attack going into it because they know 100 Thieves hasn't had a long time to practice, so it makes sense that they would want to pick Corrode into this team.
I'm actually really curious about the Bind because for a long time there, Bind was 100 Thieves' playground.
Yeah.
Remember, they were winning rounds when Lucio's mouse disconnected.
That's right.
Like, and they were still winning rounds, and that was their playhouse for so long. I think about the rollouts through a short with the satchel on the top box for Asuna. There are so many things that they drilled so well, but again, there's a massive Lucio-sized piece that's missing from this puzzle, and it's not being replaced in an equal way. So I'm really curious to see what their plan is going into this map.
Yeah, I think about Asuna's raise on this map and how many times he had found so much success there. But here we go now, and we're going to get Asuna back on that trademark raise. If it's a double duelist setup, they're going to be running Cryo on the Yoru and Alexis. I mean, this very much, you know, feels like a good play, right? You're going to run double duelist, double smoke. Seems like they're opting for the double duel.
Yeah, seems pretty classic for 100 Thieves. Asuna on the raise is absolutely disgusting, so it makes perfect sense that they would want to go that route.
Oh, but on the other side here, instead you end up going with double controller out of this one, and you have Mata on the raise. Doug, are you looking forward to seeing anything here on the NRG side?
Yeah, I think Mata's raise is very quickly kind of taking North America by storm, and we know what the value is in that. I'm messing heavy with this double controller comp on Bind. I really like what they're going to try to do here.
All right, folks, well, we are locked in and ready to go, Riot Games Arena. So let's go ahead and send it over to your casters. Make some noise for the always measured and calm Bren and Sideshow.
So calm, so measured, always, of course, yeah. And this is an interesting one to really start with, I think. This matchup here, 100 Thieves versus NRG. You've got two teams that are kind of going on the same trajectory. They've kind of just decided to throw anything to the wall, really, and see if anything will stick to get them into champs. They've really got to go on a run. But the trouble is the timing is different between the two teams.
It's very different. NRG planned this roster move out quite a way in advance. Right at the end of stage 1, Finesse goes out, Scuba's brought in, and there's the coaching shift as well. And so they've utilized that offseason to get some reps. 100 Thieves are the opposite, really.
Yeah, it's time for that Samson match start. Load up fast with Samson SSDs as we
Just got it
get started in for the pistol
now
round.
We got our match.
And we're looking at a Bind opening here in this series.
We got Bind to start us off. This is Thieves map pick.
As anything. They're trying to skirmish nice and early.
I feel like it's been a while since we've been able to watch
a bit more damage than
Thieves
they
Valorant.
In and eventually conceding
Kinda
that
excited.
space.
No fast reaction from NRG down short.
We got Kess in place of Boostio, who was just recently benched. And I believe Xander is taking over the IGL role because he IGL'd back in Tier 2, I believe. So we got not a new lineup, but definitely like a new setup.
It's going to be the lone player
sense.
to try and hold them back. It's a good first shot from him.
I mean, if we can win an opening pistol, that's already a good sign for the Thieves because they rarely win
the back of the minds,
opening pistols.
These players, but they could take a timing and take it well.
Okay, where do I
put
put
drop down and damage under some plant. Gonna be stuck, Ethan.
Maybe
acknowledgement
right
there, but Asama's just catching a bullet to the dome. EU finding it. Leaves it just out of Ethan and Mata. Mata's just absolutely nowhere near. Ethan's trying to make a play, trying to hold on for anything. This is a flag that needs to occur on a timely manner, but Mata
4v2 here for the Thieves on this opening pistol.
Cautious, 100 Thieves don't want to overextend.
Last time we watched the Thieves take on NRG, this guy Mata went insane.
Easy shot, 100 Thieves. They double up and they dismiss entirely.
Good start. I mean, that's a pistol round win. We don't see those very often from the Thieves.
Much more proactive from 100 Thieves. Defining the tempo right from the off with that push down into Fountain. And NRG missed some really crucial opportunities to accelerate. Ended up going for a pretty telegraphed play down short behind the Viper wall. And Mata was essentially AFK that round. I mean, he was over in hookah playing a single player game.
The timing was way off.
A great start for 100 Thieves. And you mentioned it slightly just before we got going. it's 100 Thieves map pick, and in every sense, it's 100 Thieves map pick. If you think about the most historic map that you associate with this team,
always be picking Bind.
It's always Bind. When they were, you know, winning in America,
round 2,
it was because they were the best team.
Sorry, I'm locked in now. I texted my girlfriend, let her know that
we
were live,
but I like the comp they're running.
so she's aware when she gets back.
No qualms with that. But look at the
but
maps
Thieves take opening pistol,
Bind and Corrode, both of the new maps in the pool when they have like no time with practice for this team.
I don't know anything about this Corrode map, so it would be interesting if we get to that.
How do we get a win against an NRG? They've been playing with their roster now for much longer than they have when they're making a change like removing and putting Boosty on the bench. Honestly, you need wildcard picks. You got to go to maps.
Pretty slow start in this second round here.
Yeah. And so I think that might be the thought process going for 100 Thieves.
Got 2 rifles out of EU and Asuna.
Bind and Corrode, where NRG also don't have very much practice.
And, yeah, he's just going to step up to that one. He's not going to let Som get away with it.
100 Thieves, with their previous composition, were very re-clear heavy on their defense side. But that was when they were running double initiator. I think you could
early
still
damage,
do it
I should say.
Cryo with his splashes can
Since
get pretty
Asuna didn't get that first kill, he just put damage into Mata.
NRG might opt for a slower pace, trying to bait out those reactions and punish them. This round, of course.
Yeah, you try and go towards that one with a couple of pistols in hand. Kess is going to be meeting you judge in hand, but doesn't anticipate that Scuba was already there. But Scuba is
looking like it should be another Thieves round here.
Might be a menace with this shotgun, but I don't see how he's ever going to get out of this.
How the hell do you even get out?
It's just about damage done. I think 100 Thieves have no
you don't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Team Ace for the Thieves in round 2. We get back-to-back round wins to start us off.
Yeah.
That's a great start.
Looking good. They can go into a bonus round.
I still need to get that jersey. As you can see, I'm wearing my white jersey because I don't have the black jersey yet.
100 Thieves always have some kind of, I don't know if he called it cheese or if he used that term, but some kind of set.
I need to just pull the trigger, but I don't have a lot of money right now, so I'm trying to be a little smart with my money if I can.
Catch you off guard.
Yeah.
I need to stretch it a little bit.
Rounds like this where you have to be ready.
But I do need that jersey.
Over the top there. Triple face-up as well. Players are swinging. Contest over that showers control. Deep overhead with the knife.
Looking like it could be pretty straightforward A hit here.
The layer of things.
Got 3 people shower side.
Also paying attention now to short. Looking for the other half of the push.
Nothing too crazy yet, though.
All 5 through showers. And Asuna, in the meantime, is holding a pretty aggressive position over towards Hookah. Right? He's on a line where he's getting good information. They're jiggle peeking over towards B long as well. So they're pretty confident that this 3-player stack should stay on A.
Supportive flash overhead. A lot of utility, they're just bumping
looking like they're starting to rotate.
Players tethered.
Or at least could possibly be rotating.
Wondering where to actually go from this point.
Kess with only 1 smoke left. New role for him too. An initiator most of the time. We expected him to be coming out playing initiator, sentinel. He's starting
Doesn't seem like there's really been any ground taken on either side here. I say that and then Brock gets a kill.
Surely 100 Thieves feel a little bit weakened, but they're not budging. Still sticking over towards the A site.
That's the final smoke from Kess. Nothing for the retake.
30 seconds left. Time's running out. Going to try and pop through now with the flash forwards. Ethan wants to take matters into his own hands up towards bench. Detonate at your feet, and the light and the highlight really just lights up most of the players. Rifles.
Fortunately, it looks like the rifle round was
movement. NRG
was in play for NRG there. They just went off.
Ethan already showcasing.
Wolfie, I need the black jersey, but need to be smarter with shooting as well. Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of where I'm at. I would love to pull the trigger on the jersey right now, but there's a part of me that is waiting for. I feel like they're gonna put it on
the is because of this guy, because of Som.
What do you call it? Like the 100 Club stuff. And if I can use like my rewards to get it, I would rather do that because then I save money on it. But I don't know if they're actually gonna do that. So if they don't do that, then I would have to buy it anyway.
To have somebody like that on the team.
But this, like the black jersey, is sick. I love the black jersey.
Do a sum total of 0 damage to NRG's economy on that bonus.
It just looks so clean. I do think
it's worth paying attention to the brim smokes. I know that's a little bit of a boring detail maybe to mention.
I'm still waiting for a red jersey, but I don't know if they'll
to apply pressure to the plant.
I guess they have done a red jersey
all
before,
3 of them.
Maybe more for like LA Thieves. I'm looking for a red jersey. I just like I like that the red is different, you know.
And make use of it anyway. So just something to keep an eye on.
4 players of NRG looking over towards B for this one. Asna might be able to take it a little bit of a fight.
I feel like Xander's been pretty solid.
A lot of bodies looking to try and take it. White swings out just with the stimmies and the guns in hand. NRG are the ones coming up on top.
Well, that might be round over already.
Yeah, I think that might be a GG on the
just
round.
In case there was anybody fast. As long as Scuba doesn't die.
Scuba peeking up on towards it. Yeah, he realizes
Play your life.
Play your life. Back away. Snake bite. Make sure that you just get the hell out of there. Do not give any ins for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I think this one is GG.
Try to find these players and take guns out of their hands, but if you die too early, you might
just
give
a little too aggressive. It seemed like on that B long.
A little bit of time off the clock and then go chasing.
Scuba just trying to be as smart as possible. A lot of hype around this guy. Long time coming is what a lot of people have been saying.
Absolutely. I think he's a great player.
Yeah.
And he's been around for a long time.
Kess hasn't even been able to change his name to 100T Kess yet.
Tier 1 for ages, and it feels weird that he hasn't had his chance already. But I suppose you could have said the same about Brock when he was coming into NRG too.
Thieves just save here.
Of the way that 100 Thieves likes to play, if you go for those early brawls and you try to get aggressive, and you meet the NRG stack, it can be over in the blink of an eye. It won't always go the way of NRG. You know, a big team fight like that can sometimes...
So now things are feeling a little opposite. Thieves had good pistols, and then not the best of gun rounds.
With them reeling.
There's a semblance of a buy being put together by 100 Thieves.
Need to be back on track here.
Rifles, at least to maybe do something. But for now,
2-2.
Steadily winning out the gunfights, winning out these rounds.
This is their first, like, pro match, I believe, with the new roster. So
just taking it alone. He's got no backup when he does that. But
like I said before, it'll be interesting to see how the team works together.
Through that TP, maybe looking for a bit more gun upgrade obtained. And here's the reaction. NRG making moves over towards B. A scurry with a footstep. That's going to be heard across the board. 100 Thieves are not ready to supplement and help out Xander. Xander's got to do it all alone now. Back against the wall, feeling that pressure. Mounting on top of him there with the right.
He almost got that second one. I thought he did.
Situation handled. The players are going to start to plug
Thieves retake here, 4v3.
Already forwards, taken up towards back halls.
Bomb down as well.
Arsenal one away from the showstopper in this situation too. Player advantage pretty sizable here for 100 Thieves, even more so now.
Yeah, Scuba going down, 100 Thieves.
They know one is elbow.
Away, trying to get that advantage. The season's good with a connection, but Brock is that last one left against 3 players. Unknowns circling around.
Nice. Okay, good retake from the Thieves. Good retake.
Sound cues cut away. So 100 Thieves showing.
Know anything about Castle the player? I haven't watched the video explaining the switch. I don't know really anything about him. I guess he's like really good mechanically, so he's supposed to be, you know, really good when it comes to just like raw aim and stuff like that.
Might as well go for that kind
and then I'm pretty sure I heard that he is mostly a
super comfortable on this map, even though they haven't had as much practice
like
with
a
this
Sova player or like a either initiator or a controller, I think.
Currently sat at 0 kills,
or like his two main roles that he plays. So Xander switched over to IGL.
Not the kind of round where you want to be
and then I think Kess is filling in for like the controller role, or like he swapped to kind of like the controller role, I guess.
NRG make their way towards A.
Or I get, I don't know.
Be almost everywhere at once.
Because I'm trying to think of who's going to be Sentinel.
One side, knife on the other, so that's going to be partitioning up the site. EU trying to hold
this one might end up being Sentinel.
At least that Shower's control, looking for control forwards. A few stray shots.
I'm not sure though.
Again, there's no
I watched like some of the video, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Does not do the job. Showstopper over the top.
But I heard like they look really good as a team. So, you know, hopefully they show that.
Very
Xander here in a 1v2.
There. Felt like they were going into the meat grinder.
Brock is weak, but Scuba is not.
Scuba came through, I think has secured the round. Xander worried because he hasn't had the plant go down that they're going to be ending B, and now he's actually got the timing. He's got the read.
May have just cooked them here.
He's got the read
all
here.
Up into their faces. They're going to be jumping straight into the maw. Straight into the maw. Xander has brought it to that 1v1. Spraying them down. 1 bullet left. Has to commit to the reload now. He's put a stop to it. Spike picked up though.
Still has enough time though to get to A.
Things over towards A.
It's a nice rotate. Xander really committed onto B.
He did do some damage though, so that's big. That's big damage
health advantage
when going back over to A here.
10 seconds Scuba, a couple of bullets from the Phantom and he'll get taken out. But massive advantage for him in terms of positioning. He can choose wherever he likes to try to get around. Question is how confident he feels. Does he feel like Xander's got the read and is closing in on him? Taking a bit of a liberty, repositioning towards backside. Might catch Xander unaware.
They might be meeting each other ahead.
Yeah, there could be a timing situation here.
Both players questioning. Knives are out. But guns is what's going to win you the fight here. Back to the wall, into the corner. Scuba just tucked tight with the barrel.
Oh, Xander's him. Xander is him.
It's another round to add up to the tally, and Xander.
He's icy.
Very cerebral play.
I watched that video today of the Thieves team playing against all the different ranks, and he had a crazy 1v3 with a classic against, I think it was like Ascendance or something, which is
so that position
insane.
Silly. Does get Xander an easy kill, secures him an important 1v1.
That's a big round.
Like 100 Thieves had taken it. Oh, sorry, pardon me. It looked like NRG had taken it. These couple of kills from Brock and Scuba.
Xander's a dog, 6 and 2.
Hadn't gone through on A and putting himself in a spot to be able to defend B.
Just got so much aura.
That's nice.
Him and Dan are my favorite two players, I would say.
Because at this point, yeah.
Or EU.
Managed to wrangle it back and make it a little bit even early on, but this is a 2-round lead. They're looking to ice them out.
I feel like EU has always been like pretty solid, pretty consistent.
Gets to have some input in quite
and I feel like he's another clutch guy. I feel like he did a good job of kind of like filling in almost like that Hiko role.
In terms of the coach rotation. And
picked up, dropped, picked up again.
Very odd indeed. But NRG have got to hope that they've made the right decisions towards the end of this year. As the 100 Thieves, both teams taking a gamble. It is entirely possible.
I don't know much about the NRG team outside of like Ethan and Som. I know, like I said, Mata played really well against the Thieves the last time they played, but that was also the first, I think the first series Mata played like professionally, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or like it was one of his first, but he just like ran through the Thieves.
Down in the palms of Xander. He's going to be letting this one loose down A short, so that's going to remove an avenue. Knife overhead. So we'll have to respect that.
Xander was actually very alone there in short. If NRG had been going for some kind of fast short pressure, could have easily been caught, but NRG are conditioning this slow pace to their game.
It's a really interesting pit. Showers control is there for now. NRG could choose.
These force a timeout after that.
Just avoid it entirely.
Round win.
All to their own. Scuba.
Looking like another slow start to the round.
Players over towards A because they've got this jiggle peek for information.
Early Viper pit from Xander though.
Until NRG
kind of just blocking off away from A main.
This A site is going to be difficult to crack.
So they're kind of forced to go through showers here if they're going to go A, but it's looking like they're going to go B.
Prowler in your face. Kessis going to layer it down with the smoke. Dodges in a knife.
But Xander can TP if he needs to, though.
Towards the B site. You look at these players secured in showers, and you can see what Ethan is calling here. Yeah. The B pressure is designed to pull players, and it hasn't.
Okay, it's looking like they were going for a fake there. Only got 30 seconds to work with. They're going to have to go through this Viper pit with bomb.
Into the fight that's about to take place. It's going to be bloody. Bit of a skirmish to take place in there with a decay damage. It's all done.
Big 2 from Xander. That's a big 2 from Xander.
He steps forwards. Wants to defend this one right to the
I don't think they're going to have time.
Fully against them now. Spike irretrievable. NRG for all that working of the map.
Another good round from Thieves. Good call from Xander. Nobody overcommitted on that B side when NRG was trying to fake.
NRG have been hitting into the stacked site.
Thieves stayed anchored.
I'm not sure if there's a single piece of util that they're reading that's fake.
That second kill before the trade was perfect.
Scaling off the util.
Keep number advantage.
You saw EU and Kess read it almost immediately.
Yeah.
There was no real pressure.
Let's go, fan. Let's go, baby.
A mid to late round timing like that, and you've got to see bodies, otherwise you're pretty confident it's not real.
100 Thieves
102 win, baby.
NRG getting to the brink of it.
Long time no see. Yeah, for real. I haven't been able to watch party for I mean like a month now at this point.
Switch up in terms of the setup.
So it has been a minute. I'm glad I'm able to watch party this today though. I almost didn't realize that they played today. But yesterday, I forget what reminded me. Something reminded me yesterday. It might have just been their post saying that they were playing or something, but I was like, all right, gotta hop on that.
Yeah, re-clear. Very proactive by NRG.
Hey, I appreciate that, fan.
Excuse me, NRG on the other side. They're just trying to creep away from the action as fast as possible.
I'm glad to be back. I love getting to watch party with you guys.
Particularly proactive over here.
Smoke in your face though. Trying to brute force their way through this one now.
And we haven't seen Valorant in a while, so I'm glad we get to watch some Thieves Valorant. Slightly different team here. Got Kess in place of Busio. And different IGL. Xander taking on that IGL role, so things are a little different this go around.
Move with the retake.
Very tough one.
Yeah.
Mada still with a showstopper. How do you get through that? Doubled up as well in laps.
Doubled up.
Is this 3v4 here?
Satchel over. Asana. Shorty trying to clear this one, but he is alone, just trying to take this fight out. Spots are 2.
He does know 2 are there,
really
though.
Want any part of this one still, but time is ticking, and at some point, 100 Thieves need to make a play towards it. Tap from Cryo, forcing out the nade to fight as well. That Asana's just not getting the gift.
He did all the damage, but just didn't get the kill.
To barely anything, but the time again
That's unfortunate.
It's too slow going from 100 Thieves, and Cryo, decent go.
That's unfortunate.
So I'm going down towards the tail end of it. 100 Thieves.
That is expensive though, Brent. That really is. 100 Thieves doing a ton of damage there to NRG's economy, not letting a single player escape.
Yeah, we'll take the damage.
It's going to make
a
meaningful difference. One player's not going to be able to buy in the next round. Big entry though from Mada, got to be said.
Yeah.
And that's value for them. Really sped
things
big
2-piece from Mada there.
Technically, we're going into 3 defenders here on A. The speed at which they got into the site meant that none of the defenders were really in position. But let's have a look at this. I mean,
just a heads up too, Chad. I am dog sitting, so if a dog starts losing his mind, that's why.
But there's only one player with light armor on the inside.
Because when my girlfriend gets back from work, he's probably going to go crazy.
There's going to be pressure coming forwards and through with that knife against the wall. And a showstopper joins it. Mada just lighting him up now. Dimensional drift offloaded with that nightfall on top of it. You're picking out these players, and Kess has handed them almost a freebie. EU forwards, no sound cues.
Oh shit! There we go. EU 4K.
It's shut down. Swept away, and EU of a 4-piece is the player to do it.
You play 100 Thieves tempo.
I'm telling you, that's why I like. That's why I like EU.
Straight into their game.
He's a dog too.
Kind of fast play like that, 100 Thieves love a scrap. They love a brawl at that kind of speed. Slightly delayed off barrier.
Wall bang.
Not an instant A-pop, but pretty much.
Then they kind of line up there.
And trying to catch 100 Thieves off guard because NRG have just been going slowly.
I mean, I do think if the Thieves can have more consistent slaying, which, I mean, so far it's looking like that, I think they'll be really good. Like, Busio, at least from what it seems like, he was doing a really good job of, like, the actual in-game leading. But he just wasn't getting kills.
Potentially being an issue. Orbital strike was even offloaded. Kess looking to try and support.
That can be pretty problematic, especially if you're getting first blooded.
Going over towards the A site. This is 100 Thieves.
But so far, everybody on the side of Thieves is playing pretty well.
Messy. Whole of their team just isolated over towards this one area of the map because the spike dropped down in their laps.
They committed so heavily to this one, though, in the anti-eco. It's sending 2 people through the teleport, using the Brim ultimate as well. Feels a little bit like they might have lost track of NRG's economy and thought this was a rifle round. But nevertheless, it does.
I mean, either that or they're just trying to keep the ball rolling.
Just playing for the ult orbs, why not?
He's got a horn, he can open the door up.
Yeah, he could do.
It's fading away. They want to take it even before that timing is allowed. Smoke dissipates. It's a flash in the face of these players. He's just going to send it himself. There's a rifle to really work up and play with, but he's going to do a lot from this spot. And listen, doesn't know really where they're hiding. Stimmy down. Smike's in your laps.
I mean, he's fully stuck in there.
There's no danger.
There's nowhere he can go.
I mean, he could just stay alive and keep the gun if he wanted.
Asana's going to do the same thing.
I think that's the goal.
He's
seems like Asana is trying to stop that from happening.
Is he going for it?
Is he going to throw through? He's got nothing for it. gonna send it. Door opens.
All right, we got the kill anyway. We'll take it. 7-3. Good start for the Thieves.
So in the end, a bit of a funny round, but a fairly clean one.
This is our map pick though, so
I do think though they might have just lost.
We'll have to see how Sunset goes.
Because going for a double
with that being NRG's map pick,
pretty risky when you're the team with guns. The other has not. Especially when you consider the Brimall being used. But fair play. Listen, they're up 7-3. 100 Thieves.
Well, like I said, everybody's kind of shooting right now.
Very much in favor of NRG. How does Ethan call around this one? Because they need this round desperately. Can't afford to let this one slip. It's time to use everything.
Big ults to use. Bit of a jump spot. Stray bullets. Other side here. Kess is not lacking in confidence.
Thieves taking a little bit of space here in showers.
I feel like there's potentially just the one, but a nightfall. That no command is going to be emanating out, sweeping out, and these players are just dropped, chopped down on the knees. Kess is going to do a lot from that spot again towards the back of the side. Asuna defends alongside it. Snakebite up and over, but there's a seize to really just mix in.
I mean, 3v3.
With a U-turn, a flash and a peek. 100 Thieves are ready for it. Biding their time, trying to slow this one down. It's nothing just Scuba and Even to do it all. And Scuba just
2v1
for
the Thieves.
In a 1v2 now, Spike.
Scuba ripped ult.
Available in the back pocket. He's been given that window at least with the curtain up, and he can make a bit of a mad dash and a scurry over towards B, but he's still going to try and take this one at a player disadvantage.
Pit's not doing anything for him here. Scuba's got to win this one by repositioning
yeah, at least,
smartly.
At the very least, we definitely just wasted
it
that
comes down
pit.
to getting the read on where Xander and Asuna even are.
Completely wasted the ult.
Repositions. A lot of unknowns and question marks. Scuba's going to be thinking which direction they're coming from. 100 Thieves making sure to play this one doubled up. Asuna putting his body on the line. He's the first one to get that tap out, and he's wide out into the open. It reveals the position. There's no kill claim. Scuba, he's desperate for it. Damage is done. Xander
I'm
sticking onto the half. Gets off of it in time. It's a win con that's earned them NRG. Scuba, he's desperate for this one now. Just trying to earn that spike himself, but not freely given. And 100 Thieves.
That was close. That was close. We'll take the win.
Plenty of opportunities there for Scuba to be able to win that one. Just letting it slip through his fingers. Pretty similar to earlier when he was in the 1v1
more round
against
before
Xander.
Halftime. Thieves are up 8-3.
If Xander's taking over the IGL, and is it going to affect his individual performance? Well, he's 12-4, so doesn't look like it.
Yeah, no, Xander is cooking right now.
NRG in terms of forcing that fight into Asuna, though.
I mean, no disrespect to Boostio, but if we can have a guy who IGLs comfortably and is getting kills, that's massive for this team.
100 Thieves eat them up.
I feel like that's kind of what they've been missing.
That's a lot of body spotted. Cryo. Stick around for now, but a nade is going to be cleared them out. Snakebite to respond.
Like a heavy B-long hit here.
Tucking himself there. He's got a showstopper.
Oh my god.
And there's a
I
target
thought he could have got
it's just
3
a
there.
Though. Xander,
we'll take one.
Instant with the reposition.
Well played by Mada there to put his body on the line, actually.
Tanking it here. Kess has got a nose in. Playing with that one. Xander's stuck in close just in case it's an anti-flash position, but Som is just squaring up and taking these challenges. Flash overhead.
EU's just going to have to deny as much as he can here.
Nade overhead, but they haven't cleared
out
this
in a good spot.
And it's not even being watched.
Oh, and that's bomb. Huge.
Delivering death from above.
Didn't even realize Cryo was hookah already.
Not accounted for. NRG left wandering. Backs to these players. Drifting in and out. Wondering what the hell they can do from this spot.
I think EU's ready for this though. Oh, he was. He was.
9-3 is the way that this half is going to get wrapped up.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's been gambles, smart, strategic
unrelated, but if
LAT
don't win EWC, they make a change.
I
don't think they need to.
They haven't had much practice, but honestly, with this defense half, you wouldn't be able to tell that much. They look pretty
I think it depends more on like if FaZe makes a change and if the Thieves are able to afford somebody from FaZe. Because to me, I don't think, I mean, you won 2 tournaments this year, and your average placing outside of champs was like top 3. I think it was like top 3 to 2. Like they were in somewhere like that range.
What's her secret?
So
fine.
I don't think they need to make a change, but like I also would understand if they can afford to do it.
Like me.
If like a BZ or Simp was available and they targeted him or targeted one of them,
I'd suggest a classic cat eye. Wow.
I'm not saying I want that to happen. I think our team is good the way they are. And I feel like all the players played really well this year. I think there were moments where everybody could have played a little better, like as a unit. And I think, unfortunately, those were the times that like somebody got the blame. But I think having Ghosty on the team is really good because he's a really good IGL and he does good at communicating. I think without Dan, that team, like, or the current roster that we have, does not communicate as well. So I think he is crucial to staying on the team. And then, like, Envoy, he played really well pretty much all year. So I don't know why people were, like, coming for both of those guys, saying that they need to be dropped or whatever. I think sometimes people worry too much about, like, the star power of the team, and they don't really think about the fact that a team plays well as a team. Like, you don't need to have, quote unquote, like, all the stars on your team to be able to win. Obviously, that's going to make it easier. That's going to make things better. But I think you also have to just be able to mesh well. And I think that's why, like, even if you look at Optic, like, obviously they have Shotzzy and they have Dashy, right? But, like, before, Hook has been kind of like up and down. Like, he's been, I would say, somewhat of an inconsistent player. This year he was great, obviously. But then they brought in Mercules, who is brand new player, and they played phenomenal at Champs. So, like, it's not always necessarily about, like, the star power. It's about how you can work together as a team. And I think the Thieves, like, when they're on, they work really well as a team. So,
as I said in our pre-show,
we'll just have to see how it goes. But
about America's currently.
The thing for me too is I just don't know if the Thieves are gonna have. Wow. Okay. Mata just got 3, like it was no problem. Now we're back to the Thieves of old, losing pistol round.
Pretty much the same pistol that 100 Thieves went for, actually.
But
NRG
my thing is, like,
smoke them. Maybe 100 Thieves.
I think of
more into the fight.
Benjay was talking about last season during the off season that he thinks, or he thought that the Thieves weren't going to have money to get the team that they currently have right now. So if he didn't think they had the money last season, what makes him think, or what makes anybody think that the Thieves have the money to change a player like a BZ or Simp or Celium? Like, I just don't know if that's legit. I don't know if that's possible.
Just a head spotted though, Amada, that's all he needs. Rifle in hand, fielded himself, very much so, with a pistol. Classics in your hands. So you want to run into the judge. A lot of
getting trades here.
The regen shield's going to be kicking in through, wading into the smokes. Pretty much 100 Thieves looking to dominate that angle.
has 2 kills with pistol.
Upgrades. The judge not going to be doing too much here though. These are players that are wrapping around and slowly.
Wait, do stems heal now?
NRG trying to ensure that there's no more mistakes from.
How did Kess just heal? It has to be from that, right?
Easily done. 3-piece for
I didn't know that's a thing.
Could have got a bit disastrous.
Chat, did you guys know that?
They managed to keep the judge.
If you guys are like Valve players, when did that change happen? I haven't been keeping up with like playing Valve.
Spots where you can make that work and be pretty dangerous.
So I didn't realize that was a thing now.
This is a spot. 100 Thieves were trying to make their bonus happen.
Also, for anybody watching the stream on YouTube, if you haven't already, you're enjoying the stream, please hit the like button. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content, and it helps push it out to more people.
Down, snakebite overhead. Ethan.
And if you're on Twitch, there is no like button. But I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you guys hanging out for the match.
You heard the satchel. They know that Asana's going to be lurking around. Potentially the brunt.
It's looking like it could be a bang out here.
Shots, Bucky.
Long.
Some might be about to deliver and rain down death here. Bucky in hand.
Okay.
Oh my God, Ethan.
Get the trades.
It's not bad.
Running away. It's
Ethan's
not bad
still full health,
though. A lot of damage. Kess and Asana are really weak off the back of that one. Quite a nice little bait and switch setup.
And do you really want to be walking into this one? Judge, shotgun, just, Rex Xander.
That's tough.
Stepping into that one. Rifle immediately.
Not much you can do there.
Straight below, but again, the gun's going to be pointing at the picture. EU trying to swivel all over the place there, trying to isolate those fights.
How did EU win that?
Matters
How did he win that? I feel like you shouldn't have.
Nice setup. Much more trying to bait 100 Thieves in rather than go for heavy re-clear stuff, but it really worked. Getting good use out of the light weaponry with a setup that I wouldn't imagine they'll be using much on rifle rounds. But everybody that had a light weapon really got involved.
So offense is looking like it's the side here because NRG is already, or defense, sorry. NRG is gotten a couple rounds in a row here.
Down and set NRG really up to come back. I mean, this is on now.
Yeah, it is. Spirits are going to be high. Really holding against this one here, but there's a lot of players. Hold on, Asuna. What a shot. Rattles a shot onto Mana.
Oh, I didn't even realize Asuna got the kill, to be honest.
An attempt of it at least. Bodies are toppling, though. Gun reclaimed. Kess is forwards.
Dude, Kess is shooting.
Brings it to a 2v2.
Great pre-fire.
Scuba here in that footstep. Down forwards again. It's going to be the spike isolated. Drop down. Sander's going to do it now. Just that Sheriff. Spots out where Som is hiding. Straight shot. Scuba's got it on lock.
Yeah, not the best of starts out of the second half here for the Thieves.
First half from NRG.
Giving up 4 rounds in a row now.
The back of great turnaround.
Another showers crunch on an anti-eco. I mean, the previous one that we saw in the first half was actually a sand crunch, but still, really sending bodies through the teleport into committed positions. Both teams showcasing.
I mean, the Thieves basically have to be the best team in NA this split, right?
Fair enough.
In order to make champs still.
With the operator as we head into a tactical timeout.
Like, there's a lot of pressure for this split.
We start to see Zig's impact, I think.
If I'm not mistaken.
It's been a while since they've played Bind, but they'll have a bunch of stuff in the back, ideas of how they want to approach, and you could really make the best use out of your strat book here the first time that you're ever playing in Stage 2.
Sure.
There's no form of footage for your opponents to
So I know people were saying it's a little risky.
Any idea that you bring out here is going to be pretty much for the first time. But they need a round on the board.
Chung, over 21 and a half?
Is very different.
Wait, what's over 21 and a half?
Trying a lot of stuff early round, even if it's just for map control. But the map control comes with a lot of util.
What's the over you're talking about here?
Areas of the map, and then maybe slow things down if they want. Whereas NRG were very slow at the beginning, anticipating some kind of defensive push, and then either contacting up or slow lurking into positions. Quite a different approach.
Are we talking kills?
And we'll see if 100 Thieves can get back in the driving seat. NRG though. Take that time on a timeout matter. He's got the operator, he's got an ult as well to work with, so
Thieves forced to call a timeout there. I mean, 4 rounds in a row after the break. It's not ideal.
Spread slow default from 100 Thieves. This is newer from them.
That flash just slows down the 100 Thieves players from taking sand, so it buys time for Mada to get set up on long. A knife as well to clear out this showers area. But NRG might now want to go for a push, and that would go straight into EU.
EU's going to be meeting his match. Som.
EU was kind of in a rough spot there.
Right there, just in case the kill didn't go his way. Out through A short though. Here's 100 Thieves now, ready and waiting. The time to strike nigh. They're going to be looking for it.
I feel like Austin's going to have to do something crazy.
A whole lot of hurt. As soon as he hears that util, smoke.
All right, never mind. We took some space. We took some space on the site.
I'm liking the defensive utility. NRG look clean with it. They kind of boxed 100 Thieves in. The smoke is good. The flash was good.
Properly stalled them out here. Keeping it slow going and quiet.
Gonna kind of need like a first blood, so to speak, here.
Maneuvering a couple of players.
This gunfight.
Strike was waiting. Kess wondering if he should offload it, but it's a call for the contact peek. Up forward, straight into the crossfire.
Oh, wow.
Monstrous with that shot.
Does get traded out, though.
Anyway, straight there towards the side with a nade out wide. Cryo just hunts him down.
Okay.
Heads are rolling.
We're evened up here.
Thieves trying to regain control. They've lost showers. They know it. Cryo's going to be hearing it with the footsteps. Mada.
Ooh, Mada heard him.
Smart. He's baited.
Oh, he missed
the shot.
That's huge.
Cryo just takes him out. Moving
Cryo's going to get an op.
Methodical here, and Som has been essentially left alone.
Well, he could get an op.
A spot like this, he's looking for help. Scuba late on the rotations because they don't know where Cryo's wandered off to. Som matters into his own hands. Cryo
Good
from
trades.
behind. It's instantaneous with the exchange. Scuba's left to do it in that 1v2.
Oh,
yeah,
that
Cryo,
timing.
not aware of that one. He was looking in a different direction. Time still ticking, but there's a chance. Scuba is going to go for this. Molly rebounds. Is it good enough here? Scuba's got half. Orbital strike. There's nowhere to run.
Nice.
Microwave in
Good play.
Scuba. Anything to get the job done.
Confirm the round, we love it.
Knows how to play that spot pretty well with the molly bouncing off the wall, following up with the ultimate too. Absolutely securing the round for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, great play from Kess there. I think he had a pretty good round there. Didn't he have 3?
No, there's a couple of kills in rounds like this.
Oh no, Cryo did this round.
The difference, I think, is one of them.
I think Kess had 3 the last round, or 2 or 3 the last round.
You wouldn't think this guy is an initiated player with lineups like that.
Well, you also wouldn't think that he's kind of
Kess
a brand
with
new
14
player when he's
now.
at top of the scoreboard for 100 Thieves.
Got the new guy leading the way in the kill department.
Potentially explode out.
Cryo right behind him with 12.
In order to strike the slow down the approach, it's going to be offloaded by NRG.
Like a pretty fast B hit. They're moving on the site. Asuna gets the first blood.
He's out wide into the open. Cryo sharp.
Oh, he didn't get the showstopper.
Scuba.
Scuba got 2. That's not ideal. We saw a bomb though.
The rest of his team going to be backing him up mightily now.
All right, we got to kill Scuba, dude. This guy is pissing on us.
Lost the help of Som. They can leave this now into the 1v2.
Kess in a 1v2.
Kess. Hell of a challenge. It's ult in your face. You're going to be asked to do a lot from that
GG's.
spot. Obliterated.
Great use of ultimates in this round.
That's a rip. That Asuna wasn't even able to get his ult off.
Scuba did. How he managed to find the shot onto Asuna before Asuna's rocket came out, I've no idea. And then also following up for a second is magical.
Oh. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that's nice.
Asuna was one shot.
By the look of things. But the follow-up kill is really lovely. NRG proving that they can play at that higher pace as well. As soon as Cryo went for the ult,
it's tough that Asuna was a bullet.
Goes down to 2 again.
2-round lead for the Thieves. I mean, it seems like everybody's pulling their weight though, which is a good sign.
Something util that Ethan's kind of used to here. It's going to use his own nade in response.
I do like the macro though from 100 Thieves. They're making it feel like there's a bit of breed pressure as they walk down short. The timing's nice.
They just took decent damage there.
Just on a straight line of side angle. Sees.
LAT has to win EWC or else they're not sticking. I just don't really agree with that. Like I said, it depends on like kind of what other teams do, but dude, Scuba is just frying the Thieves back-to-back rounds.
Clean though too. NRG have always got smokes down that put pressure on 100 Thieves when they're planting.
I mean,
Brim Molly lineups flying in from Narnia.
I think no matter what, the Thieves don't take Celium. Because, like, communication-wise, I don't think he makes the team better. I think statistically he would make the team better. But, like, I don't think, like,
they're looking really good.
Celium and Scrap,
ready for the fast plays of
like,
100 Thieves.
I just think communication-wise probably won't be the best. I think having Ghosty is still good because of his communication.
Blocking out a short Som, very close to this angle.
Yeah, I mean, I get considering it, but I mean, people thought the Thieves didn't have enough money to get the team that they have this year, last season. So, like, I don't know how they would have the money to afford Sim this offseason.
Just chose to let it expire. And Ethan is going to be critical in terms of his ult timing.
Yeah, but see that, Shaw, that's the thing though. Like that argument to me is like, it doesn't really make as much sense because like, yeah, they could have done that, but they also won champs this year without having to do that. They won back-to-back without picking them. So, I don't know.
Give it a bit of info though, and time has been poured as well. That Molly dropped down, TP's about.
He's kind of stuck long.
But he's got to do this alone.
Big kill from EU.
Dealt with second player as well, hot on his heels, jumping away at him. 100 Thieves, make it chaotic, make it scrappy, and eventually go for the full pivot over towards A.
In a 4v2 as well, with a pit.
4v2 retake with pit, love that. This should be the round for Thieves, as long as they don't play it silly here.
More ults for 100 Thieves, but at this point they might make a go for things. At least spam a couple of bullets, see what you can get. You can fish out a player, makes it winnable.
Especially if it's Xander.
TPs still flying forwards as well, looking to deny most of that space. 100 Thieves should have this one completely on lock. Scuba drifting around now, but as that time, just drifts down closer. Beautiful work from Kess. Not feeling the nerves at all on this big stage.
No, he has been impressive.
The way Ben was talking, saying LAT has to win EWC and hinting at FaZe last event.
Was praising his mechanics.
I mean, if it really is FaZe's last event, I do agree. Like, I think it's worth looking into.
Kind of but
to me, like, Celium, I just, again, like, communication-wise, I just don't know if, like, Celium is worth picking up in that regard.
Take a look at the ultimates.
But I do think, like, if you can get Simp, I mean, if you can have a Simp and Hydra duo,
or something like that.
like, you definitely got to look into that. But at the same time, like, I don't think the Thieves were bad this season by any means. You win 2 tournaments, like, there's no reason to make a change if it's not necessary.
Some aggression around this B long smoke.
This event might unlock Celium with coaches coming. It could. I mean, it depends on how they do their communication, but I don't think the comms are going to be crazy when it comes to, like, coaches.
Looking for picks, opportunities to creep closer, take a bit more territory.
Yeah, I was wondering if it'll be Sender or Shane
made over towards B
up on stage. But I feel like since Shane is head coach, it'll probably be him.
It keeps 3 defenders on B.
I don't know though. Sender might be good energy to have on stage.
To deal with. Gotta try and stop this one. So Jiggle B just spots it onto the shoulder, rattled with the shots.
A little bit of a slower round here for Thieves, but looks like they're committing to A now.
Throttle, so double satchel all the way into the back. He's looking to supplement it potentially with that peek onto the horn, but the player's already out. Cryo's there.
Oh, big 2 from Cryo.
And he makes it work. Almost single-handedly. Wrapping around from behind, Ethan could absolutely be playing. Spoiler, he's caught the one, Matters out, lights out for EU. Cryo still answering back. Getting active into the fight, but there's no defense happening. And even had a chance to really just deny. Cryo, get back to it all.
What the hell was Cryo doing?
They come out on top.
What the hell was Cryo doing?
Make it just a 1-round difference.
100 Thieves
we flopped that champs. Yeah, I mean they severely underperformed that champs.
A mess in the pan. NRG were
you can't come out that flat.
They were flooding into backside quicker than Arsenal was expecting.
But you know,
is in showers already.
The way I look at it,
Scuba's pinching from the opposite direction.
Teams are not going to play perfect all season, and you know, it's just really unfortunate that it was the biggest tournament of the year that they didn't play their best.
A little lost,
like
in the chaos.
Just really unfortunate timing.
For NRG to be able to pick up.
Yeah, it's massive.
Pulls the gap down. It also buys a bit of time for their ults to come online. But the ult cycle is going to be faster for 100 Thieves, and that honestly could make all the difference.
Looks like Thieves ripped their second time out here, if I'm not mistaken.
In terms of fighting for ult,
Thieves are only up 1 round, so
I think 100 Thieves have been doing a good job at taking B long.
Yeah, and second Thieves time out here.
They're going to be taking B long even if they end A. So I think it's plausible that they could head in that direction and prioritize getting Cryo's ult up, for example. Yoru ult in, get Kess the plant, play a post with the orbital strike. There's ways of using ultimates.
If FaZe splits, it's good to create more stronger teams. Yeah, but see, with that being said, that means that basically everybody on FaZe should go to a different team.
If NRG lose and 100 Thieves get up to 12, but
because
it happens the other way around,
like,
100 Thieves economy
right now what we're going to get is we're just going to get even more super teams.
NRG could run away with
so it's going to be like it's going to be even more top heavy, I feel like.
Playing on top of a perch.
Smokes down.
Ben wants a BZ gone? Why? What's his beef with the BZ?
So I was talking about Cryo
just because he didn't play great this season?
He might want to make a play for this one.
Rancor is really good. There's definitely some people who are like top tier talent, but I just feel like most of like the lower level teams are gonna stay like low. They're not gonna get any better unless they get
control of it.
A better team.
Cryo is 1 away from the ult. Nade rebounds.
You have to be a little bit worried about a showers crunch here too.
Imagine the team is scrap and draws that don't have beef. I know. I think To be honest, like as crazy as it sounds, I think like they could get over the beef, but because it was personal with like including girlfriends, I think that's where the problem is. Like they might be able to hash it out, but like when the girlfriends get involved, that's just a whole nother thing. Like it's a personal thing now. It's not just like in-game stuff. You know what I mean?
Where he's going to be popping out through showers.
But I also think they play too similar of a role.
Players, I think.
Like they're both basically like a flex player. Okay.
Cryo turns Brock into mincemeat. Sommer's there, able to respond, but he's now going to try and hold this one back. And as a player in your face, what is that? A jump spot, not going his way, but the timing is poor. Kess leaps on it, still not expecting it.
Nice. Okay, big round from the Thieves there. Big round from the Thieves.
Scuba nearly had the chance to be able to win that round, but 100 Thieves clutch it in the final moments.
In phase, Sims and Cell had more hill time.
Comes up big for
yeah, I mean, Cell does a really good job of like playing his life, and I mean he plays objective
chaos
like pretty well.
The
I feel like
to the backside as well to stop rotators coming through. But Arsenal are alone, and you see a little bit of relief there, perhaps. NRG immediately take a time out of their own. The economy's not broken. I mean, we were looking at the credits before they went into that round, but it's not pretty either. And the ults still are not.
I think like if the Thieves can get a BZ or Simp, like
ideal, but this is the round that they need to.
Obviously, I wouldn't be upset. Like I wouldn't be mad at it, but at the same time, I really like Envoy, and I do think he's a good player. I think he gets scapegoated when he doesn't deserve it because he's not considered like a superstar talent. Dude was a beast all season this year and had like a couple moments where he didn't play great,
a set strat to run in this kind of moment.
He was solid all season.
Like, that's what I would expect a coach like Chet to do, who NRG have worked with before, or whether it's to do more with adjusting the strategy, like, hey,
13-10, 100%.
If they go and pressure showers,
I like the way you think.
On them. If they fight B long,
I like the way you think, Rio.
You know, those kind of strategic adjustments that aren't necessarily set plays. There's double judge in this round. 2
second thoughts.
Oh,
I was saying,
maybe not then. Scuba's replaced it with
Dashy stream, but they'll throw out Boston and Smoke Surge, who they never lost to, and play Optic and winners.
Perhaps over here towards Hookah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just got too complacent. Like,
respecting NRG.
To be like straight up, I think the whole team just got too complacent.
Few bullets.
That's why, like, when people were saying, "Oh, Ghosty needs to be dropped, Envoy needs to be dropped," I'm like, bro, the team played like shit. The whole team did. There's no world that the Thieves should be losing to Boston. Realistically, it just shouldn't happen.
Really quite slowed it.
And the fact that they all played poorly.
Decided a timeout. Tifa, no. Shoulder peeks out, gives Xander that perfect timing. Wasn't the cleanest kill, but
yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing that I don't fully understand is like the complacency or like getting too cocky about it. Like I get how it just happens naturally and stuff, but like
trying to figure out where 100 Thieves are gathering for the hit.
I just don't understand like how hard it is to say like, hey, I'm just like, we're confident in our abilities,
Brock has the judge,
but we're gonna treat every series like it's our last, you know? Like, people, I've seen people joke about it for like actual professional sports, and they say players play like the rent is due. Like, that's how you need to look at it. Like,
sidestep around that with a snake bite forwards, Prowler from the side, Scuba is there, Xander to follow up, and Cryo!
Nice! Thieves take map 1. 13-10, just like Rio said, he called it. He called it.
A map for 100 Thieves.
Big map 1.
Been comfortable on in the past, but we weren't sure what we were going to get today from them.
I don't think we should change either. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. Again, like I completely understand. Like
the new addition to 100 Thieves gets them across
if Simp is available and if you have the ability to get him, like you kind of have to take it.
Considering it was a 9-3 half,
I think like
have much value on their attack.
You don't want to overpay for Simp. I don't think you need to overpay for Simp. And I don't think you need to make a change just because,
especially with the decider being Corrode.
Yeah, we don't know.
If Envoy is our best option out of whoever else is available, we stick with Envoy.
Really don't.
Like straight up. I don't.
Basket, but we'll find out on the other side of this.
I don't think we would need to change anybody else. How many kills did Cryo get? I'm not sure what he ended with. I think they'll show it here in a second though. Envoy was top 10 this year. Yeah, I mean, he was a beast. Like, what's map 2? Map 2 is Sunset, I believe. Wolfie. All right, let's get my tweet out about map 1. I guess they didn't show it, Daniel. I'll try and see. I'll try and see after I get my tweet out.
Underestimated, I don't lose. Take a risk, take a ride with me on the edge, looking down from a cliff.
Let's see, does it say it? Oh no, it doesn't say game 2 or what map, but I'm pretty sure it's Sunset for map 2. I think he got 17. Yeah, I didn't see at the end there, but I know he was in double digits. I know he broke double digits for sure. I think S&D will be interesting with the coaches, especially the stats guy coaching. Yeah, I think for this event, having coaches on for S&D will make it probably a little more competitive. I think that's gonna be like the best mode for coaches to be on stage. I think with like respawns, it's just a little too fast paced. It's a little too hectic. So I think for S&D it'll probably be good, but I think for the others it's just kind of like unnecessary. It, in a sense, it removes a skill gap. I feel like I did a bet on Cryo getting less than 35 kills. He needs to get less than 18 this game. Uh-oh. I mean, he was shooting. I think the good thing for that bet is that it looks like Tess is a shooter too, and him and Xander were both playing pretty well. So, you know, ideally for you, there's not enough kills to go around for Cryo to get 18.
Here are the coach of 100 Thieves, Zix. Now, Zix, we love 100 Thieves Bind. It's a classic. We know it. We love it. We trust it. Something I want to ask you is about Xander calling, because you said about Xander calling there'd be more flexible stuff, but he would be the main.
I don't have enough.
He hasn't called in years, like literal years.
Valorant
I want to talk to you about what you saw.
Player like memes that I can post,
and what is he going to take to map 2 as a leader for this team to make this a clean 2-0.
I only have all the COD ones.
I think it's like interesting because his calling style is like largely from the calling that he did on like M80 or like past teams that he's, you know, been on. So it's like I think people don't really understand fully the amount of changes we're definitely going through right now, because it's Xander does straight up have a different calling style to Boosty. But it's definitely good. It's been solid. I mean, obviously attack half we ended up getting bonus along with losing our pistol immediately, so not really his fault. I would say a lot of that just comes down to you know, stuff that we can fix over time. And definitely think that he adapted well throughout the half. Had a few timeouts to just talk with him, give him some time to think about it. But yeah, overall, very solid.
Well, best luck on map 2.
And
let's see how it goes. Yeah, I mean,
they start things
obviously if it
NRG,
helps contribute to a Thieves win, I would love to see him get 18, but for your bet, let's hope he doesn't get 18.
Let's just jump right into this here, because one of the things we were highlighting early on here was how the rookies are going to be performing in this one. And you know what, Alexis, I'll definitely say that it felt like they were In the first half, maybe a little slower. Second half, certainly carrying their weight.
Yeah, they definitely had a slower start.
Just
Not
a reminder,
super
if you're
bad,
watching on YouTube
start.
and you haven't,
and I feel
please
like
hit
maybe
that like
that's just
button on
them
the stream.
getting
That
on
lets me know
stage
you guys are
and
enjoying
feeling
the
it out
content.
and getting
And it
used to the
helps
stage
push
setups,
the channel
but towards
out
the end of the half,
to
I
more
think
people.
They might have both been top
So
ranking. They were both
we can
doing
hopefully
really
get more
well.
Thieves fans in here
a lot
to
of great plays
watch
across
party
the board,
Val with
from,
us.
you know, the rookies here, but it does
And when
feel
we're
like
watch partying
they're
COD,
easing into this
then we
one,
got
like
more
what we were
people to
talking
watch
about
party
just now.
COD as well.
Yeah, a little bit of adjustment period as you would expect at the beginning. I think
If you're on
Tess
Twitch,
in particular had some
you have
spectacular rounds in
Amazon
the second
Prime,
half, just when it felt like
you
NRG
may
was
be
starting
able
to claw back
to
into
leave
it,
a
and they
free
had a snowball
subscription.
going. They were into
And you don't even know it.
that were 1v2s, 1v3s that he was able to put up to close the round for NRG. Or
We could take some more money from the bulb guy.
Works out quite nicely when you're up 9-3 at half.
From the man upstairs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what is also great too is when you have your reliable hands also stepping up and just giving you the wins where you need it, Doug. And that's essentially where EU and Xander kind of come into the fold here, showing why there's such forces to be reckoned with, especially now with Xander, as we heard from Coach Zix, in that role now as the IGL.
Yeah, I think EU in particular really stood out to me, and I think he's a player who I've just always really appreciated.
Yeah, Xander had a really good start to this map.
I'm sure you share that sentiment. I think he is just such a good player, and he individually stood out to me, and he obviously.
Again, I feel like everything was pretty balanced on the side
like we were
of
saying
Thieves
in the
there.
first half, I feel like the rookies had a slow start, but
they all
EU
played
and
well
Xander
together.
were the ones farming and getting those multi-kills to really set them up for the second half.
Yeah, and it really does feel like that reliability is certainly going to be a thing that 100 Thieves are going to be looking to lean on as we get ready for Sunset, which is going to be map number 2. We'll talk about that in just a second, but for now, let's hear what the coach of NRG has to say as Coach Bonker standing by with Elizabeth before map 2.
You're the coach of NRG, Bonkart. Now, something I want to ask you is you lost the 100 Thieves map pick of Bind. What is Ethan's calling like going to be for your map pick? Because this is the first time you've worked with Ethan as the main caller. So how have you worked with him? What is it going to be?
I definitely think on Bind, we started off a little bit slow on attack. They were playing passive, and we just need to take map space way faster. So I think on Sunset now, it's going to be more aggressive, but still controlled. He is a very
excited to see you.
Routine and disciplined caller when it comes to in-game. So yeah, a lot more aggression.
He's probably tired of dealing with me.
Excited to see it. Best of luck.
All right, well, we'll see how NRG look to force this map 3. For now, though, let's send it back over to your caster. See if this one goes the distance. Here's Brendan Sideshow.
Time to find out really as well. I'm looking forward to Sunset, I think, for a bit of a bounce back from NRG because it was slow going, to be honest. It was, you know, one of the things I noticed, I think, when Ethan last took up the reins of calling for this squad.
Several times.
Yes, he is. I mean, Bonkar's words were disciplined.
I don't know.
Very methodical, but that can tend towards being quite slow. I think I used the word ponderous on Bind as well. But I think they've got to increase the tempo a little bit. I do like that Bonkar's recognized that and recognizes that they need to speed up slightly. And here's the comp that they're going to be running with.
So
NRG
is
taking a
playing
page
the
out
Sentinel
of Gen
role
G's
for
book.
the Thieves now.
Thieves going for something more along the lines of that double duelist, really focusing on Asuna and Cryo, getting big value.
We got Asuna on Neon,
aim and their aggression.
Xander on Omen, EU, Sova,
so,
Cryo,
you know, if we're talking about tempo again, if we're thinking about things in terms of fast and slow, yeah, NRG is going to be a little more slow around the map. But finding those opportunities to be opportunistic, to find a timing and dive on it. You don't always have to be playing fast, but when you're offered an opening, you need to be able to accelerate. And maybe that means the lurkers get a bit quicker. Maybe that means Mada spots an opening and throws out his own stun.
3 to 4 minutes earlier.
Maybe that means you are setting up plays with the grab net. Whatever it is, NRG on their attack side, which they're about to go into, need to find these openings and need to showcase that they can be a great team, capable of getting through to champs on their map pick. Because we've seen 100 Thieves now on comfort territory of Bind, and they didn't look half bad.
Wow.
Especially considering the circumstances of not having very much practice and going through all of those changes. They're pretty impressive on Bind. So
all right, here we go. Pistol round. On NRG's map pick.
Here, there's a fight to be taken. Mada thrives in the 1v1.
Pooped on.
He's going to be gone. That's a paranoia that just sends it.
Cryo gets the trade, though.
Clean it all up.
We love that.
Going, though. Cryo already trying to get ahead of this one, but the grab net! Oh my! Obliterating them still.
Okay, 2v2.
That ghost in hand. 2 targets that were sitting ducks, but it's left it into now a 1v2. And Brock, nowhere to run now. Slow to a crawl. Asuna going to be taking his time with it, though. Kess can't really join up and link up with the fight.
1v2, bomb down.
No reason to overplay your hands too much here. And double tap.
Nice.
With discipline, it's 100 Thieves.
Another good pistol round for the Thieves. Love to see them.
Viewing that
pistols.
round through the lens of the tempo and the pace again.
Tends to not be
NRG went for a bit of a fast
thing,
reaction.
so
as soon
if we
as
can
they got Mata caught in mid.
Flip the script.
And no disrespect to Mata there.
That would be great.
They decided to accelerate, caught people in the
This
grab
becomes
net,
a consistency.
And unfortunately, just lost a couple players a bit too early. And got Scuba caught. Scuba didn't anticipate that Asuna could be in spawn on such a fast timing.
Chad, does anybody know if this is
They're gonna force.
offense or defensive sided map? I feel like it's more defensive
Big
sided.
investment here from NRG.
Right here.
At least from when I played before, I feel like it was defense.
One shock
defense heavy.
Pistol.
One shock. There is only one trip that they have to run into though. Kess still has the other one in his hand.
Cryo. This is aggro. Got a rifle too.
They're not clearing it.
Doesn't even realize
I
it.
thought they were going to clear it.
Reveals it.
Oh, big two-piece, and he's out. Oh, big two-piece, and he's out.
Ripped away. All the way forwards and through. Kess just needs to deny this chance. TP forwards. Seemingly aware of the fact he needs some help and he needs it now. EU is going to be providing that. Supporting
Great
him from the side.
round for Thieves.
It's a quick cleanup.
Great round.
And a flawless round two. Immediate shutdown of the force.
You've got to be able to
play from
at
Cryo
a
to
decent
get the
speed
2 and
while
get
still
out.
not making mistakes like that.
Oh, Daniel, I
Not
know.
playing in that situation and giving Cryo.
That's not ideal for
too.
you. That's not ideal for you, brother.
When Cryo takes contact that early, it also just tells the rest of 100 Thieves exactly where everyone is. The rotates are going to be there. The rest of the team's got no chance of winning the 3v5.
Interesting
Big impact
trips
already
here.
from Cryo.
This goes here.
Who was remarkably
He's got
good
all
in
kinds of
stage 1.
setups,
People
it
might have
seems
forgotten
like.
it was a while back, but he was on fire.
Yeah, the form was fantastic. Players are creeped up though, forwards again, and they're going to be trying to jump.
I fear
on him.
Cryo is feeling hot.
Wasn't a TP, it's a gate crash back to
fear
safety.
he's
But Kess
feeling
now has
good.
to be the player to hold them back. Stun ricocheting. Kess is ready with that Spectre.
Hey,
And
Kess is shooting.
it's
Oh
got
my!
it!
Oh
Right
my
to the ball.
God!
What? Get the ace. New to the stage,
Give him
son,
the
but the ace
ace.
could be yours. Asuna jumping, weaving, trying to set him up.
Oh my
There you
God,
go.
dude! This guy's a beast.
Couldn't find a more confident way of getting yourself sorted on the tier 1 stage.
Chad, this guy is disgusting.
He looks nice. I
Yeah.
mean, the aim, the crosshair placement, it's like snapping onto
Dude, the
people's heads.
snaps.
With the ghost out,
Oh.
double headshot onto
The
Soft.
ghost double headshot was
I mean,
disgusting.
a fairly easy one at the end there, set up by Asuna, but there's a nice little eye by
Look
power
at
race
that,
for
dude.
Kess.
He's confident too. I like it. I like it.
Overhead here.
He's
NRG
8-0,
looking to see if
dude.
they can brush that one off. It's just an eco round, but 100 Thieves are always proactive.
Yeah, well, think about it. This is basically their bonus. They're coming into this one with Guardian, Bulldog, Spectre. And
No
so
clue
you want to
that
be trying to
Ethan's
make
up
plays.
there.
This is where NRG might think, okay, let's slow things down to catch the aggression, because you know 100 Thieves are going to be re-clearing. Trying to catch you, trying to fight you. Paranoia.
Cryo with a flash as well. It's a bit ahead of it here. Som
Okay,
side by
got the
side.
trades.
He's cleaned up regardless of that. And the forwards. Tries to snap to it. Ethan. takes him
3v3.
out. Ethan almost going down in the process. That's a very wide face as the smoke blooms. EU was already in front of most of this. These timings that are being taken, 100 Thieves seemingly one step ahead. Drone forward. EU doesn't want to give anything up.
Using a pretty good corner here. I don't know if they would
is excellent.
check
He's
that.
going to be earning himself a fight there. Swing
Nice,
from the
good
side.
teamwork
EU
there. Good teamwork.
shuts down any chance of that round
Hey,
going
Destiny.
100 Thieves are pretty coordinated.
You joined at the right time, I
These
guess.
Timings on the trades are actually
Right before the
looking
ace.
really nice. And the refight, Paranoia thrown through into tiles at the same time as a double swing happens through mid.
Thieves are looking good so far.
And NRG aren't ready for it.
Nothing.
They're not set up in defensive positions to catch the aggression, and then they can't accelerate as a reaction quickly enough.
Right here.
Ethan, you saw him there. He felt like he had to go forwards and just went for a wide swing and died before his teammates were with him.
Okay.
Double up, top mid.
Yeah, I don't know if like he's constipated or something.
High-low
or
occurring. Smokes up. There's your timing. Okay,
But
you.
he's
That's
not eating either,
purely
so.
raw instinct. He knows the rough timing of when somebody might be peeking that.
Yeah, it's a nice play.
Asuna walking forwards. Again, against a weaker buy. It's risky, could hand over a rifle, but he's getting information. But it's all quiet from NRG. They're not giving anything up. Bit of a scurry though, not sure if that's heard. Asuna looks to be, see if he can tighten that net. Players though at NRG are evacuating, moving around as well. Knives are out, and there's bullets flying forwards, a wall in their face to potentially slow them down.
He's so slippery. He escapes and he plays EU in. Meanwhile, Scuba tries to activate on the lurk. Doesn't get anything done. And all of these 100 Thieves players are escaping with fractional HP.
Yeah, barely anything here. Cryo steps up, the next one to take that challenge. 5-0, 100 Thieves are just unreal right now with the form. It's not even their map pick.
I am worried for NRG. I'd be thinking about attack timeout already, to be honest. It's 5-0, and yeah, a couple of those are ecos. But just the way they're playing, it's giving me bad vibes.
Yeah.
0 and 5.
Yeah. Time's ticking.
Bonkar's going to give him another chance to just steady the ship themselves.
All overhead here, NRG. It's a pacey takeover towards A main. Seeing if they can stop any deep push out. This is Cryo hard committed. There's a lot to account for here.
Still got that gate crash to escape.
Yeah, but they could be coming from any sort of direction. Drone spots him out. TP's back. He will respect it.
There was a fast play into elbow, like you mentioned, trying to catch Xander inside of a grab net. That didn't work. But Som's going to have another one online fairly shortly. And it's only Xander defending A currently.
Dimensional drift over. There's an annihilation earned, though. Som is going to be waiting, trying to see if he can get that correct timing. Lets it loose. There it is. Wrapped up nice and pretty. We'll see if that is even a chance of being broken.
Yeah,
out.
Luminous,
Xander,
the Thieves are cooking right now. They're
the
looking
fight's
good.
not going their way. NRG, best chance they've had in a long while. Hunter's Fury, it's improv at this point.
This guy Kess has been pretty good so far. But it might just be working
in their favor. Uncomfortable fights for 100 Thieves to take. Asuna, though, wins one out with Ethan being dropped. It's brought to a 3v3.
It is a 3v3 here, though.
He's holding. Steady is the aim with the operator in hand.
Mada going for jump peaks towards the back.
Yeah, it's silent jump spots. There's no Q. Gives it up now, though. 3 players of 100 Thieves moving forwards.
How do you silent
See
jump?
if they can dissect most of this one, gliding forwards again. Asuna is right in his face.
Oh, big tick from Asuna.
Close quarters combat brought
His
from
timing is bad, though.
Needs to find value. There's the one, but the gun's not out. And his players allow Asuna. He's given a second lease on light. They're going to know where Scuba is now, but the damage done. There it is with the snake bite.
Nice. Oh, we don't get it, though.
Time.
That's unfortunate.
The snake bite from the grave, taking down Kess. What a ridiculous round. That's what it takes to get NRG on the board, Brad.
Yeah, Destiny, the boys are slamming.
Everything.
I mean, the first map was a 3-round difference. They started off pretty good, though, on the first half. And then the second half, they
war chest was unloaded,
didn't
really,
play quite as good, but obviously they still played pretty solid.
Pretty unstoppable, too. He's 7-1.
It's less so this map, but the first map, everybody was kind of pulling their weight pretty well.
He's weaving through all of their utilities.
So I think that's really good for this team. I think that was kind of like the biggest issue with like Boostio, was just he wasn't doing a great job in the kill department.
Into the blender. NRG maintain that composure, but again, not aware of that gap and that timing that Xander.
But they're just playing well off of each other too.
They haven't been able to punish 100 Thieves for going aggressive once. Everything that 100 Thieves try is working. And Scuba and Brog don't even have the health.
It's the black jerseys. It might be Destiny.
Or down to barely anything.
It might be.
Shot to the chest will really do him.
One enemy remaining.
Xander just aims for the dome instead. Scuba.
I still want to get one of the black jerseys.
Left wondering as well what the
hell is going wrong
in this map.
I plan
to stay
on
alive here, but everything being denied. It's 6-1 for.
It's just a matter of time.
You got to hit the panic button, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they need some kind of input from the coaches. There's 5 rounds left to play in the half. This one's going to be an eco.
You got it. It's clean. I really like it.
As much as they want a little bit of pace, they're never the ones setting the tempo. It's always 100 Thieves. There's always something active around the map that the defense is doing.
Up there for me when it comes to some of their
Bonka
jerseys.
gets to talk to the team and have a bit of
I mean, I think I love the Adidas, like the fact that they have the stripes on the jerseys and stuff.
That's
like
the reality that
there's no other teams that like have a, I would say, kind of like a big brand name like sponsorship like that. You know, like I don't see like Nike jerseys. I don't see other Adidas jerseys or anything like that. So the fact that the Thieves get to rep the 3 stripes on it is sick.
Moment, NRG just can't figure it out. They can't get the read on whether 100 Thieves are going to go aggressive on barrier or if they're going to go for a re-clear. Ethan looks a little stressed here. He had a really bad time calling a year ago, and he was hoping to undo that.
Thieves forced an NRG timeout here
for himself with some good performances here.
Now I have the white and gold, and now the black and red jerseys. Nice, nice. The white and gold one is fire too. That's another good one. I do really like that. The white and gold.
Really
so far, all the Adidas jerseys that they've done
this next round is not going to be,
in my opinion, they've all been fire. Which, I mean, naturally, if you're working with a company like Adidas, I feel like you're going to get some pretty good stuff.
When that money's a little bit better.
Look at this though.
But yeah, I plan on trying to get the jersey sometime soon. I'll probably use my
now they're getting ready to go for a
my $10 off discount on the jersey.
Got to be able to
from the 100 Club
in order to shut him down.
You're seeing a lot of control given up. Yeah, outdoors market here. The paranoia. That's one hell of an adjustment. EU was blind as anything, but just took the shot anyway. And Cryo fills in the gaps alongside.
Saw the gun too.
Now getting a bit of a move on and trying to hunt down the rest of these players. Everyone surviving.
Comfortable flawless for the Thieves
again,
there.
Full focus on this round coming up. This is what the timeout was taken for when the money was good.
Got to get the white one too. You got one signed by the Val team. I mean, that's pretty
cool.
Looking
at the ults, not much that NRG.
Got to complete the set. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Like, I need to get the black one so I can complete the set.
Once you've already got in position.
That's the only one I need left.
So what's the game plan?
Because I even have the
still got his
shirt that they did
B,
with
but it's just been countered completely by the
Lyles or whatever.
I mean, Kess is just sat on him.
I have that one too.
And Scuba can't do a thing. So instead, put the orb down over towards A and try to get space over there.
Tested the reaction times. That's a misplay. Fun's just out. Maybe not anticipating the Cryo could be that deep again, but it's mid control early on. The bread and butter so far of 100 Thieves.
These are looking really good on Sunset so far.
Timing at all,
I mean,
even with the orb down on A.
I do think this is more defense heavy, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to see going into the offense how they look, but so far they look comfortable.
Walking up as much as they can really get for free, which is quite a lot of space.
It is. Watch this trip though.
Forwards. I want to really play off of this one here. There's a grab that into the back, and the drone just doesn't quite clear most of the way. Still, plant potentially down here. Scuba full commits towards it. There's a pit down. It's going to make it that much harder. Stuns ricocheting here. Asuna trying to make a go forwards now. That scan! The pit's going to be dropped down. These players really being caught out into the open. Still, they're going to manage this one with just the guns and weaponry. Moving forwards again, Brock. It's a Hunter's
Fury
to see
there.
if he can assist the team, but now he's the last one left.
1v3.
That damage done across the side.
Nice.
Shorty in your face.
EU with 4 on the round. We love it.
That.
Still holding on to my honor for the Slim Chance signed LAT jersey restock. Yeah, that would be kind of nice.
On the site. And yet still 100 Thieves managed to work through on the retake.
We look like a completely different team. Dude, they do. They really do.
I mean, Scuba getting scanned is everything as well.
It really
Again, no disrespect to Boostio, because he seems like a great dude. Seems like he was a good IGL overall, but like, at least so far, I think having consistent kills is
kind of
a huge help for the team.
Yeah, 8-1.
Writings on the wall here. It have to be something miraculous.
How much honor do I have? I think I am a little over 6,000. I hit the elite rank like not that long ago.
It's bargain bin buys, scrap together, NRG trying to make do with whatever they got.
His standing and trash talk will be missed, but I definitely prefer winning. Yeah, I agree.
Never really pressure.
I mean, I said before, like, I know people were kind of upset when Nadeshot said something about like, if Thieves don't start winning, like they're gonna have to make a change. like some form or another. And people were like, how could the owner say this? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe because he wants his team to win, and that's how it works. Like, if your team isn't winning, you're gonna make a change. You don't compete in stuff to lose. Like, as much as we love the players, like, if you're not winning, like, you gotta make a change.
Cryo just sends him packing to the spectator seat.
Got a signed Val jersey. I need my other love. Need the COD boys for real.
Answers them. Leaving it down here. This is 100 Thieves.
Scuba in a 1v2 here versus EU and Xander. And we're solo swinging. I never understand that.
4 kills.
Never understand that.
If that is
That's
what
alright,
it takes, he will do it.
Luminous, the ski mask coming? I hope so.
It
could even be in the mail already. I haven't checked the mail recently.
Though, at the end of this,
but
because NRG still
yeah, I should be getting it. I think. I hope. Did you get like a? Did they email you or like tell you anything to say like that you have it on the way, or did you just like get it in the mail one day?
Yeah. Coach's worst nightmare, I think, those are the rounds you're winning.
I'll have to check that then.
It means the game plan has gone wrong.
Yeah, and the mid-default.
I have almost 5K. I spent some for the signed jersey. Your ski mask came in and you were confused.
That's a Hunter's Fury and a scan across the board. And just trying to jump away, out of the way of it. EU.
Yeah, Destiny, they got a mastermind coin for when you hit the mastermind.
Timing, but look at how quick 100 Thieves are.
Which is crazy that you hit that already, Luminous. That's
let's get the one before the trade is online. Brings it to a 2v3. NRG,
I was going to try and get it so I could try and get the chain, but
both of these players look like they had different ideas.
I don't think the odds are looking good for me. There's a couple people in Discord who are already mastermind, and I feel like I still have a ways to go.
He has the Omen ult to be able to work with. So Scuba is the one that's actually finding.
I was thinking about the PC too, but I don't know if the PC is like first come first serve kind of thing.
That gives
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, but
you're only 195 away. Damn, Destiny. You're hella close too.
Break that trip though, and Ethan might have a timing to activate.
You're number 1 in honor? That's crazy.
The wall tested again.
That's actually wild.
Like this noise being cut.
I respect it though.
A few moments as a TP. Trying to fake like he could be entering Ethan. Again, all just hoping that
chain and PC is 1-on-1.
Out into the open. There's a tap. Kess is down and out.
So is it a raffle for both?
Xander ready with a cleanup. 9-2.
Thieves are rolling right now, 9-2.
The only advantage that NRG had is that
what can I say? My team gets my money.
And yet they tap the plant and break the trip at the exact same time.
First come, first serve.
Telling 100 Thieves exactly where they both are.
Wait, so do you just straight up have the chain already? Or like, can you get the chain already?
A 9-3 half was.
Do you have enough for the chain?
But it ended up not being enough, and that's the best.
Because for me, if it's first come, first serve, I'm screwed. I'm not getting either of those.
4 stingers.
I don't stand a chance.
Ult, I suppose, to work with.
I don't have the money right now to buy more stuff as much as I would love to.
Gets you going.
Ping's top mid, trying to go for a bit of a squeeze, I think, over towards A. And there it is. Okay, rifles in the hands of these players. Madda's got it. Annihilation.
I still don't understand this ult.
As soon as they see some signs of life, Cryo's being cleared. Madda. He's forwards, man. Tip of the spear for this team.
I tried to use it before, and I just don't understand it.
Still, Asuna is here. That stun connect.
Oh my God, Asuna.
Beautiful, sublime work.
3K.
Asuna.
Give him more.
Just denying any chance, denying any opportunity. Him and Xander side by side.
What a round for him and Xander.
Puts it at 10-2.5.
I really believe Asuna could have had the ace there.
Oh, you're at 10.12,
and
you need 12K.
But all good. Make sure that you secure it 10-2.
Well, yeah, I don't think I stand a chance, though. If you're only 2K away.
I don't think I've put enough respect on this guy now that we're heading into a double duelist.
I'm like halfway away, so I have a long time to go.
God. Entirely unexpected.
I need to be more like caught up
at the beginning of the day, but 100 Thieves are on the verge of eliminating,
rewards because
just at least taking the win from NRG.
I definitely would have gotten the nade shot shoes, but I haven't, or I didn't see like when they were posted right away, so I missed out on those. But I wanted to get the golf shoes. Those would have been sick. Just want a signed LAT something. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind a signed LAT thing. That's the thing. Like all their sign stuff gets like sold out so quick, and like everything else, I feel like is kind of, personally. At least for like the price, like for how much it would cost your honor. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, there's certain things that I'm like, well, I could just rip this because, you know, I have the points. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, if I want to get some of the higher up stuff, I have to save my points. Honestly, that Adidas drop gave me most of my points. Spent way too much. Hey, every time I get something, or every time like my girlfriend wants to get something, I'm always like, use my account so I get the honor.
Really, I mean, it goes without saying, quite an important pistol round for NRG when they're sitting at 10-2 on that
I
map
thought,
pick. And
like,
know, so
I would maybe get,
that we're playing in, Josh,
or I
just,
thought
you know, it's
with the block party that they would do like free tickets for that, but
and then they won the bonus
since GA is already free admission,
actually to push it over the line.
They don't do like 13-10 free VIP, which I think is kind of silly. I feel like if you're part of like the club, you should get free.
It's been a pretty dismal
like free VIP
game from them. One half of the entire match so far, where NRG have looked away.
Making myself a sandwich. What happened? Did it end? It did not end. 10-2. Just switched halves though. Thieves have been frying. But we are going into offense.
Does anything matter? Goodness me, it's what he needed.
Cryo has 12 right now.
Firepower, explosive, and just
with
catching
ideally
onto the tail
3
of
rounds
Xander.
left.
There he is, double tip tap from Kess, trying to really reclaim a bit of composure towards the end, but it is a pistol round win for NRG. The first step of what we needed to see.
Got a blue water gun. I knew it was a 33% chance, but
again, both teams
you wanted the green one.
Brawl. NRG being the
yeah,
ones that
I know I have one. I just don't know which one I got yet.
And Mada getting a bunch of kills.
Because I got stuff and I had it sent to my dad's in hopes that I would get it before my girlfriend and I went on our vacation. But it didn't get in on time, and so when we came back, I have to have like my dad or my mom send it to me.
Keep it up.
Out here in Arizona.
I'm there off the rip.
Free VIP would be nice. There are 2 gates access things and their tier up rewards, but nobody knows what those are either.
That wall is going to be a bit of a problem, Brock.
Wait, there's. See, I still don't fully understand like the gate access either.
He's forwards, but again, he's got backup, so alongside Ethan, there should be no worries.
There's so much that I like don't fully understand.
The rest of 100 Thieves have blown their trumpets and taken down Jericho. That wall took forever to break.
It's brutal, just the classics.
I want the 100 water gun. I did too, honestly.
Brock with the Guardian. Shuts it down, only 1 player going down, so one of the best case scenarios really for NRG, even denying the fact.
Yeah, Luminous, like I want to ask more questions.
Yeah. Thinking about the long con here.
I'm also like,
doing the right
I don't want them to seem like I'm just trying to like get all the information out of them. But like for me, I thought about doing like the leak and apparel item, but I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and I was like, if all I'm doing is like posting a picture of it, like myself, I don't feel like that's really worth it. If they were to like send me one item, and then I get to like actually wear it and take a picture of it and post it myself, then I would be willing to do it. But like, if it's literally they just send me
cam in mid, just making sure in case NRG do something
like a picture of it, and then they're like, hey, you get to leak this now, like you get to post it on your Instagram or whatever. That just doesn't feel worth the price of it.
Harder to play against the deadlock.
Bought myself a shirt,
possibly, but also
small pair of Adidas, and she doesn't have.
Just staying on B on defense and making sure the Viper alert couldn't do anything.
Oh, it was in her shoebox. That's funny. At least you didn't miss out on it.
That could end up being really important. Asna, Xander were playing in these kind of spots and just got so much info, so much value.
Yeah.
Now 100 Thieves come and try to drone them away.
Okay, drone.
I've been trying to not be like obnoxious, but I could ask a lot of questions. I feel like a lot of questions.
Stalls out 100 Thieves, and now they're just going to be walking most of the way. But are they going to expect this one here? It's a bait and switch setup. Ethan tucked tight. All going to be picked up. That's a double face in the end. And Mada, he baits him intentionally. He's going to make a big play from this moment. Xander just tears his head off, and Kess on the other side of the map Just making short work. Rock out wide.
Nice.
No chance against that many adversaries.
Should be 11-4 here.
100 Thieves have found out 11th.
There's a lot you can say about the ideas and the macro between these two teams, but also when it just comes down to individuals, 100 Thieves have just been better in spots like that. And you see Ethan steps up against 2, and he just can't get it done. Can't wrangle the rifle down onto somebody's head, and 100 Thieves, also with a great shot from Xander, dismissed the second player too.
The Discord saved you honor. You almost got the signed keyboard, but you can't pick who signs it. Yeah, which I think is kind of silly
one of the
too.
Things that leaps off the page when you see the addition of Scuba, the addition of Kess. But actually, in terms of who's shooting today,
it's already signed, so you get what you get. Yeah, which is like
coming out the gates with something to prove.
A little disappointing, you know.
A lot of doubt, obviously, circling around 100 Thieves.
Also, we were supposed to get 2 free items this year too, but it's July and we haven't gotten any yet. I know, that's kind of what I was wondering. Like
your IGL without too much notice down to the bench.
I've been curious as to what the gift is going to be, or like how that works.
It was really rough actually from Ethan. It makes me think that is, you know, one of the reasons that IGLs do
same Destiny
is that
but once I saw that it was like for all
the macro, whether you should be calling your team
like the summer sale,
it takes
then I was like, okay, there's no way this is the gift.
How should I be playing this situation with my gun to get the most impact? And whether that's with your gun, your positioning, like whatever. But the thinking about the macro takes your attention
I'm hoping
away
the gift
from the
isn't like that.
Playing. And I think
like
you're really seeing it here from Ethan. Som's another player though that is having
like the 10 bucks that you can
game,
use
whereas he was
after you hit a certain rank, or like if it's the stuff that you get when you hit specific ranks, because
I think it's going to be very hard for NRG to win.
That would kind of suck too.
The bottom of the scoreboard.
I feel like.
But it's weird to see him
it has to
the
be something else
in the first place. Actually, not something that we've really talked too much about in this match.
Members should get 2 guns, one of every color.
So I'm struggling right now in terms of finding their kills.
They don't know what the items are yet. Well, that's that kind of sucks.
Proper full investment from NRG, because at this point it does need to be almost every single round in a row. No point saving your money. You get a proper full buy going. 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I'm hoping like some of the stuff they do is
from being able to take this match in a 2-0.
Some crazy cool limited shit. Because I feel like there's not a lot of like members. I could be wrong, but I don't feel like there's a ton of members.
The pressure down towards B main, Xander. Ensuring that there's no deep push coming or occurring from NRG.
If it was the coin in the mask and they said no, okay. That's kind of good too.
The more noise that you make in B main, the more difficult you make it for someone to choose the timing to use the wall.
I don't know which
for a B re-clear as well.
Which water gun I want.
100 Thieves calling a lot of these B early into a late A push. Rourke though doesn't. Sorry. EU still with the drone to push Matter away.
Ooh, big first blood from Asuna.
Potentially to see if he could tip the scales in his team's favor.
Only one on A is their Omen.
Gone here, and this is it. Go
but Sova's getting over there pretty quick.
Slight pause in through elbow, making it like it could be going in a different spot as well, but it's still making a lot of noise. 100 Thieves going to be going here. Ethan's got a little bit of help, but Brook's only got a stinger towards the back. He steps forwards anyway, and he meets the clone. Eats it up though, and still trying to see if they can land these shots. NRG flooding in to the defense of the IGL. The TP pivots. Xander, he had that spike in hand. He cancels. He's pulled the players away. They're full rotating. It's a full committal. Even committed his own ult over towards B.
That's a huge bait
from Xander.
That is a huge bait from Xander. He's going to have to get the rock down.
Open.
10 seconds left.
Caution played, of course, at the beginning, but cleared out enough to get this plant committed in a 2v3. Xander's given his team a lifeline.
Question is, do they read the flank? All 3 players coming from this direction is weird.
Yeah.
Over there.
Want to get a frame and hang up my Val jersey and the banner I got from one of the first Val drops. That would be pretty cool. I have my signed Nade Shot jersey in a shadow box.
At this point, got to get
or like in a case.
This is the direction it's going in, and across that placement is perfect. Xander just still crouched down, ready to pounce, ready to jump on him. Side by side, blink of an eye. It's just left down to Ethan.
Nice, dude. Xander is so icy.
An unreal plays from him.
Was Xander the IGL we needed the whole time? Was he the IGL we needed all along?
What a sick round.
This guy's a beast.
And you're looking at both of the callers, kind of newly stepping up. With IGLing experience in the past.
I don't know which color I would want.
With experience playing smokes in the past as well.
Because I like the blue.
Gap between them.
But I also like
the impact has been spectacular.
I also like the
bragging.
Green. But red makes sense for Thieves. So like I don't know which color I would want.
One more round will do it for 100 Thieves. Mada feeling like he has to take risks matters into his own hands. He's supported with the util, though the paranoia.
I mean, I'll be happy with whichever one I get.
The grav net's going to be removed almost instantaneously here, and 100 Thieves.
They're all pretty cool. I just really want the ski mask. I feel like this ski mask
doing
is
this
so
here,
cool.
but Mada's hard committed. He needs a bit more for his troubles. Gets the one, backs himself out to stun. It is
the one you got was kind of scuffed. That's disappointing.
Spam against the wall here. 100 Thieves having to fight tooth and nail just for a bit of this space.
Asuna can now activate with the information from the Cypher ult.
Yeah, it's going to be revealing quite a lot. Popping these players out into the open. Mada was definitely going to be squeezed. Ethan, quick reposition, but he's stunned up anyway. Out towards the back and has a glide and a slide.
Nice.
Hunter's Fury is late to the party. Meant to try and help out and relieve that pressure that Ethan
4v2.
was feeling, but damage done. Scuba happy to clean up.
Okay, 2v2, but Scuba has like no health.
The off angle that EU's playing in, and now they know where Brock is. Quick pivot, quick rotation, but this is it. Surely Brock has got to do it with just a Guardian, just to stay alive, just to keep the team active. And a double face.
Nice.
100 Thieves shock us all.
They wipe NRG away. Not even a struggle on NRG's map pick of Sunset. 100 Thieves.
Let's go,
into
chat.
This,
let's go.
Kind of taking us to unexpected territory.
Map pick 13-4, I know.
2 new maps in the pool for 2 teams.
Thieves went nuts. That wasn't even their map pick, and they went insane.
On them recently.
They look good though.
But showcasing from 100
Thieves,
they look
really good compared to what we've seen from them in the past.
And stuff that they've played recently as
well.
Like
I said, I don't know for sure, but I think the Thieves need to be the best team this split in order to make champs still. So getting a good 2-0 win against NRG, who I feel like is a decent team, if I'm not mistaken, is a really good start. And Kess came out, looked great in his opening series. The entire team looked like they played really well together.
That's what Zix was saying, right?
I'm excited to see how these guys continue to play moving forward.
If they were going to go all the way, it's going to be a low percentage chance of them making it to champs no matter what.
Xander has seemed like a really good IGL.
And see if it pays off. My God, it paid off today.
Yeah.
Truly, all the haters in the Val stream said 2-0 NRG. Hey,
remarkably,
2-0 Thieves, baby. Let's get it. We love it. We love it.
As an initiator player.
That's what I mean.
But he's flexed around and filled the gaps. And to be honest, he wasn't... Like
the Thieves are dripped out on stage, I can't lie. And you know what's sick is that EWC, the COD team's going to get to wear the same jerseys. Oh, I'm so stoked for that. I love when the COD team gets to play under 100 Thieves.
The tempo,
like
the
under
plays,
the 100 Thieves banner instead of the LA Thieves banner.
The recalls,
I love it.
Clears that are being called.
I'm stoked for that.
Led tip of the spear.
Unless I go to the summer block party, which as of right now, it's looking like that's not going to be the case. We are going to try and be live for the EWC matches for COD. I do think they're going to be like crazy early in the morning, though.
That's for sure.
My time at least. So
I think in the results that we're seeing here,
we're going to be our sleep schedule is probably going to be a little wacky.
I mean, we really weren't expecting it. Let's be honest. We were.
Love seeing them play as 100 team, miss seeing the logo. Same here. I love getting to see the 100 Thieves logo
because they're one of those teams that again are in a similar boat.
Just brings more aura. I feel like
a roster move to be able to make it to champs. They've got a very.
I think they're all saying the same thing. Get rid of franchising. Yeah, I feel like franchising is kind of ran its course.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I think franchising would be okay if they weren't location based. But
I
mean, you kind of have to be. I feel like.
You know, folks,
Omar, am I West Coast? Yes, I am.
Do it again because
I'm West Coast.
I'm
in Arizona.
I mean, first question I'm going to ask you, how does that feel? Your
especially since not everyone hosts. Yeah,
you just moved from Austin, what, 3-4 days ago? To be in Los 3-4 days ago, dropped everything to be here, and now you have the entire crowd chanting your name, Kess. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels amazing. It's just 3-4 days ago, I'm just doing my normal routine at home, and all of a sudden, I'm on stage doing the thing that I always watch, and I mean, it's incredible, really.
Let's be clear. You got an ace. Like, you didn't have to do that. Like, he didn't have to, like, stunt on everyone and just be like, oh, by the way,
match just started at 2 a.m. Yeah, so I'm going to have to get up, like,
this isn't your typical role.
I'm either going to have to stay up all night, pull all-nighters for those matches, have a night schedule, or I'm just going to have to, like, try and go to bed early and wake up
being honest,
crazy early.
I just kind of played, and then
we'll see.
You know, we worked out, just applying everything I do know, and kind of just transitioning into a different role.
I think that's so funny. You're like, I'm just so naturally good that I I just was able to transition. I would love to talk about just fitting in into 100 Thieves. You talked to me a little bit backstage. You said, I love the guys that we're getting along, you know, we're adjusting. You said on the podcast, we're getting these reps. What was it like being on stage with them today? You know, Xander calling, having Asuna, Cryo,
well, Destiny, it should be like
you, because you didn't
5 a.m. your time
them before,
if you're East
As
Coast.
a substitute for
I believe.
EWC quals.
So what was it like being on stage with them?
So you don't have to be up as early.
Absolutely.
At least.
It really did. Everybody was more locked in. Everybody's like a lot more energetic.
Yeah.
And that energy is just incredible, really.
Well, an incredible debut. Give it up for Kess one more time, everyone. Congratulations.
Let's go, Kess.
But I know you know what game is next. It is G2 versus Sentinel. Stay right there.
Kess looked really comfortable on stage, actually. Like, he didn't look nervous at all, I feel like. Like, he looked pretty confident. What's up with League of Legends? Did we sell the spot? Yes, I believe we did sell the spot. So the Thieves are no longer, well, after this season, they will no longer be, like, officially a part of, like, the LCS or whatever, or LTA. Yeah, we kind of got forced out, it seems like. Like, I think the Thieves were, like, debating on selling their spot, and then from what it seems like is Riot kind of, like, went on and made the decision that they were going to sell the spot, or, like, find someone else to take the spot.
This is Secret Lab Titan Evo.
Gonna be like, no one talk to me and having breakfast and COD. Yeah, and for me, I'm just gonna have to be up all night. Yeah, I heard we got forced out earlier than what we wanted to, but do we get money? That I don't know. I definitely didn't hear or see enough about, like, how all that stuff went down, and I don't pay as much attention to League, so I don't fully know how a lot of it works out. It was Riot's spot. They knew it was temporary, but damn, I don't understand leaving. Yeah, for me, like, I'm not too upset by it because, again, I'm not, like, a huge League person, so, like, I don't really mind not watching League. Like, I never watched League to begin with, but now that I was kind of getting into watching League, it kind of sucks that I just started getting into watching League, and now we're not gonna have a team anymore. So I don't know. Rocket League team, hopefully, and CS2. I think we would get a CS team before we get a Rocket League team, because I think the way they make it sound is like Rocket League's profitability is just not really there. So, like, CS has a better chance of being profitable, I think, than Rocket League. I don't know how soon that'll be, but if Rocket League is able to fix its, like, financial side of things, I feel like Rocket League would be a great esport to jump into, because I've said it before, I feel like if they can figure out the financial side of it, Rocket League to me could be the most, like, what do you call it? I guess kind of like watchable out of all the esports, because it's literally soccer with RC cars. Like, it's really straightforward to understand. Like, you can tell somebody, do you know what soccer is? And majority of the world is going to say yes. And then you say it's that, but with 3 cars on each team, and they have boost and can fly in the air. Like, so then you pretty much understand the premise of the game. Whereas, like, with Valorant, it's like, well, how does Valorant work? Well, there's an economy. You have to get to 13 rounds. There's an offense and there's a defense. There's, you know, there's so many things into the game. Same with COD. You have so many things. CS, it's economy and war. Like, it's just different. Plus, two, certain, like, companies and things like that are not willing to work with, like, war-based or, like, first-person shooter-type games because it's deemed as, like, graphic. But, like, Rocket League... I mean, it's just soccer. It's car soccer. That's all it is.
This one went pretty well. Obviously, it sucks losing and getting second place to G2. G2.
The way they are talking, we should be getting a CS2 team. I mean,
just a little bit.
It seems like that's the most likely case for the next team that they bring in, which will be interesting. I've never really watched like CS that much, even when the Thieves did have a CS team. But I think if they were to get one back, I would probably try and get more into it.
Like each other and the way
I just like watching Valorant more than I like watching CS, but that's just
strides individually as well.
Already being but to me, I also pretty much only watch Thieves for really like all esports. So if the Thieves don't have a team, I don't typically watch that
against us, I'd say, but I think they definitely had the upper hand.
They really left us for the ops. I know.
Better Teo team, I'd say.
A little disappointing.
I think in this meta, we're pretty even, and I'm all types of confident that we'll be able to be the better team.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they did. They snatched Bang, but that's all right. I mean,
welcome back, everyone, to VCT Americas and our final match in
all right, I do think I'm gonna hop off for the day, though, chat. Maybe
going up against
I might game later, and if I game, we'll see if I decide to stream or not. But if I do, that'll be on probably my personal stream. So if you are interested in that, it's just Zeke's Gaming on YouTube and Twitch. I think I would only stream on Twitch, but.
These two teams have
great games today. We got to see the Thieves win 2-0, and they looked much more comfortable, like we were saying. So I'm excited to see how the rest of this stage 2 goes, and hopefully they can come out on top and find a way to make champs. I know it's really unlikely, but it's not impossible. So anything can happen at this point. But I appreciate everybody who tuned into the stream. Thank you for everyone who liked on YouTube and everyone who tuned in on both platforms. You guys are awesome. I'm glad I got to be live again. It's been a while. I missed being on here, getting a watch party with you guys. So appreciate everybody who hung out today. And be on the lookout for more watch party streams. Like I said, when EWC rolls around, we're going to be live for that. And when we get the chance, I'm going to try and watch party Valorant like this as well. So be on the lookout. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your weekend, and have a good start to your week as well. Peace out, everybody.
Why don't we check in with
this guy?